Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Ifeoluwa, and in this video I'm going to show you how to cut and sew this beautiful long funnel shaped sleeves. So you can do this if you want to make your sleeves less boring and you just want to add a little effects to the sleeves. If this is something you're interested in, stick around and watch this video to the end, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet. Give my video a thumbs up and feel free to leave your questions in the comment section. Thank you very much guys. Now let's get started. Now what I'll do first is to measure out the length of my sleeve. So that is from my shoulder to my wrist. So my shoulder to the wrist, that is what I'll measure out first. I have 23 as mine. Then from that point, I'm going to measure out the length of the funnel. So that is how long I want the funnel to be. You can either measure it to the tip of your fingers, that is if you want it to be so long, or you just measure it to wherever you want it to be. So I'm going to be adding 5 inches to mine. So 5 inches is just fine for the length of the funnel. So the 5 inches is what I am about to mark here. So after the point from my wrist, I'll measure out the 5 inches. Now if you want the funnel to start before your wrist, you can also go ahead to measure that. So just make sure that you get the accurate measurements that you want, or you get the length of the sleeves very well. That is what you want. So for me, I want my funnel to start from my wrist. So now I'm going to measure out my armhole. That is what I want to do here. So I came down by 5 inches, and then I'll connect to the other side, and I'm going to measure out my armhole. So my armhole is 9 inches. I'm going to mark that, and I'll create my curve. So now that I have my armhole curve, I'll go ahead to measure out my sleeve width. So for my bicep, I have 7.5, that is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. And then for my wrist, I have 8 inches divided by 2, that is 4 inches. So I'm going to mark that there, and I'm also going to mark that right there. So after doing that, I'll go ahead to connect the points together. Now once I have my basic long sleeve pattern like this, I'll go ahead to cut out. So this is where I'm going to include the funnel. Now I'm going to show you the two methods that you can use for this. So first of all, I'm going to look for the midpoint of this. I have 4 inches, so the midpoint is 2, and then I'm going to connect that straight down. Now I'm going to attach another pattern paper. You can go ahead to do this directly on your fabric, but just so this is going to be very clear, I decided to use my pattern paper first. So I've attached this pattern paper, and then from here you can measure out the length of the funnel, how wide you want it to be. So I used 4 inches from that midpoint. I used 4 inches on both sides, and then I'm connecting from that point of the part where the funnel is starting from down to the 4 inches point that I marked out there. So that is the first step you can use to do this. So you just make sure that you measure out how wide you want the funnel to be. So this is it for the first method, which is very easy. You can decide to leave it like this straight at the hem line, or you can just make it curved just to bring out the funnel shape. Now let's move on to the second method, which is the slash and spread method. So I'm going to slash the midpoint there, and then I'm going to open up that part too. And you make sure that you don't completely cut it off. So you open up and you just stop a little bit before the end part there. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other part. I'm going to slash it and then stop a little bit before the end point. So this is what they call slash and spread. So you can decide to spread it to any length you want it to be. So however wide you want it to be is how you spread it. So I'm going to be using the same 4 inches that I used for the first method. I'm going to keep it at that. I don't want it to be too wide. So this is what I have. Now after doing that, I'm going to go ahead to join them together. So I'll be using my curve. I want it to be curvy. I want that the hem line area to be curvy. So I'll be using the curve to just curve them together. So guys, this is all for the funnel sleeves, and then I'm just showing you here how you can spread it out more. That is if you want it to be wider than this. So I'm going to cut out what I have now, and then I'll cut it out on my fabric and add all the necessary allowances there, and then I'll sew. This is the fabric I'm using for the sleeves, and then this part here, which is the center of the sleeves, I'm going to be adding 1/2 inch there. So I'll add 1/2 inch there. At the side, I'm going to add 1.5 inches for my side seam, and then for that hem line, I'll add 1/2 inch, and then for the armhole area too, I'll add 1/2 inch. So this is what I have after cutting out, and then I'll take it to my machine to sew. So the first thing I'll do is to join that part together, which is the 1/2 inch that I added for that center, and then at the sides too, I'll join the side, and then I'll also tape the hem line. So I'll take it to my machine now so we can join them together. The first thing I'm joining is the center part, which is the part I added 0.5 inch allowance for. So this is what it looks like after joining the center. Then I'm going to tape my hemline. After taping the hemline, I'll then go ahead to join the side of my sleeve. So this is what I have after sewing everything, and then I'm going to turn it over to the other side. Now if you notice that this part is looking squeezed, is not laying well, the simple remedy to it is just to notch the area of the curve. So that is what you do for curved parts of anything you are sewing, whether neckline, whether sleeves or anything. If you notice that it's not laying well, you just notch out that part before the sewing the thread part, so you just don't make a mistake of cutting out the thread. So you notch it close to the thread, and then after turning over to the other side, you will see that it's going to come out really nice, and the squeezed parts of it is gone. So guys, this is how it looks like, and then I'm going to iron this out so that it can look very neat. This is it after ironing. You can see how beautiful it is. So let me know if this was helpful in the comment section, and also please subscribe to my channel, give my video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave your questions in the comment section. Thank you very much guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.